Hi everyone, how you doing? Sifu Ed here, and the topic today is mindfulness. I did a short video that had a brief description of mindfulness, and I wanted to go into a bit more depth and provide a bit of fundamental instruction in the practice of secular mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness, mindfulness-based meditation, stems from actually the historical Buddha. So this goes back 2,500 years. And it stems particularly from a practice within Theravada Buddhism called Vipassana, which is referred to as insight meditation. Now first, let me just make very clear that secular-based meditation or secular-based insight meditation or mindfulness is not religious. It's simply about paying attention on purpose in each moment with an open sense of awareness, curiosity, and no judgment. And what that enables us to do is control a lot of the impulses that we experience, fight or flight, that are controlled by a portion of the brain called the amygdala. And so this is our fear response, essentially. And we begin to engage the prefrontal cortex, which ultimately is kind of our decision-making center. It's what allows us to rationalize and to think and make conscious decisions. And as we're doing this, it's creating strength, creating density, much in the same way that when we lift weights, as we practice, pardon me, as we practice mindfulness, what we're actually doing is creating greater density in the prefrontal cortex. Just like when you lift weights regularly, you're going to create greater density in the muscle tissue, greater strength. This is the case with that brain center as well. So it helps us to be able to regulate emotions, be able to manage stress, increase immune function, increase self-discipline. There are a number of different benefits that come from the practice of mindfulness. But one of the primary is releasing anxiety. And it's not through ignoring or suppressing emotions or anxiety. It's by actually being with it. So I'm going to guide you through just a very simple introductory exercise in mindfulness. And I hope it'll be of some benefit, some help. We do offer classes at Ekata online. So if you go to ekata.net, you can join our online classes, and we practice mindfulness-based meditation every day, every morning. And you're more than welcome to join us at any time that you would like. So if you will, just follow me for this brief exercise. The first thing that we're going to do is maintain a proper posture. Now, I'm going to go into a seated position. So when you sit, you can sit in either a chair, or you can sit on a cushion. Any of the positions like seiza, which is kneeling, or in a cross-legged positions, perfectly acceptable. But you don't really have to maintain anything other than an erect spine. And the reason that we try to keep a straight back is because, well, two reasons really. One is it helps us to be attentive. It helps us to not fall asleep because mindfulness is relaxing. So we have a tendency to kind of doze off a lot of times. When you're sitting unsupported, it allows for you to be able to maintain an upright posture and alertness, but still be relaxed. Now, the other reason for it is because of the flow of energy in the body. This moves into the esoteric a bit, but in the traditions that hold that there is energy that flows through our body, prana in the Vedic traditions and qi in Chinese, the spine is the primary conduit of that energy. And if we think of the spine as the conduit for the body's electrical system, our nervous system, then that's very logical. So we want to maintain an erect spine. So go ahead and find a nice seated position, wherever's comfortable for you. It should be relatively firm seat. Straighten your back. And then just relax. The first thing that we want to do is just scan the body for any type of tension that you may be experiencing. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. Some people prefer to have their eyes not quite all the way shut, just being able to keep a soft gaze directed toward the floor. You may find that it's useful to take a couple of deep breaths. Take a deep breath in, let it out slowly. Take another deep breath in, out slowly. And then starting at the top of your head, just relax. Relax the scalp and the forehead, facial muscles and the jaw, shoulders and the neck, arms, hands and fingers, your chest, upper back. Really release the abdomen. Think of breathing into the abdomen, so that as you breathe in, the abdomen expands. As you breathe out, the abdomen contracts. Relax the hips, legs, all the way down to the toes. And just notice how your body feels. And then bring a gentle awareness to your breath. You may want to pick a specific focal point, like your nostrils, where as you feel the air enter, there's a slight coolness. And as you exhale, the warmth of the body, slight moisture. If the breath or breathing is difficult for you and it is a negative experience, then you can certainly focus perhaps on the weight of the body, the soles of your feet as they rest on the floor. Whatever's really comfortable for you. And as you maintain focus on the breath or your chosen point of focus, you will certainly notice that thoughts will arise, perhaps distractions, sounds. And if this is the case, just observe that thought, that distraction, with an open sense of curiosity. And it will begin to dissipate naturally. And then just very gently guide your mind back to the sensation of the breath or your chosen point of focus. So we'll just practice together for about a minute. Now, normally we would want to practice for somewhere between perhaps 10 to 20 minutes. Just because this is a simple instruction, we'll begin to finish now. So take another deep breath. And let it out slowly. And you can open your eyes. And you may want to stretch a little bit. Circle your neck a little. Good. So how do you feel? It's calming, right? So that's the beauty of it. Now you may find that this produces some anxiety. You may find that it's not always soothing. But the point of it is to actually be with what is, regardless of the content. And then just very gently allow yourself to be with that state. And what you'll find is that the negative emotions begin to dissipate. It takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. Okay, but isn't it interesting that we have such a hard time just sitting in stillness, being quiet? Interesting, the resistance, isn't it? So I hope you found this useful and beneficial in some way. And then what we typically do is we finish like this. We just hold the intention in our heart that all sentient beings be happy, experience peace, good health. And we hold the same intention for ourselves. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I look forward to seeing you next time.